Okay. So, brothers and sisters, good afternoon. Nice po namin kayong i-welcome sa ating Academy for Creating Enterprise Business Conference 2025. So, ako nga po pala si Joel de Guzman, Regional Coordinator ng North Luzon.
At ako naman po si Rachel Sasing, ang Regional Coordinator ng South Luzon, Leyte and Bohol.
Yan. So, kapatid na Rachel, mapalad tayo ngayon kasi ngayong taon, hahanap tayo mga kampiyon sa pagninegosyo. So, ang hinahanap natin ngayon yung mga startup category. Magsisimula yan sa North Luzon hanggang sa Mindanao. So, um, bago natin hanapin o bigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga nanalo o mananalo, siyempre gusto nating batiin muna yung mga nanonood ngayon, nakikinig sa Facebook. So, pwede po ba paki-type ninyo yung mga pangalan ninyo, mga chapter, kung anong chapter po kayo. At the same time,
Dates.
dito sa Zoom, sa chat box po natin, bibigyan po namin kayo ng 20 seconds na magsulat ng inyong mga chapter at saka mga pangalan. Okay? Your time start now. Yan. Meron pa tayong
So may kasama tayo from Nasugbu, Batangas,
yun.
Baletreyos, Lipa, no?
Di pa. Ginoo ba? Sa mga Mindanao.
Digos,
Digos. O ano ba naman yan?
Naga.
Puro South yan ah.
Oh, kasama natin ng
Ayan.
State President ng Naga.
Nasugbo. Okay. San Gabriel. Meron yan. So, ang dami ano?
No, Tagbilaran, Bohol,
Five. Oh,
Nueva
this is
Ecija.
not. Okay. From Ballesteros. Ayun, sa North Luzon naman to. Okay. So, Saldi Sandaya from Ballesteros. Okay, time's up. So, thank you so much sa quick na pag-response po ninyo, brothers and sisters. Ngayon po, kagaya ng binanggit ko kanina, naghahanap po tayo ng mga mananalo sa startup category. Pero sa pag-iikot ko, kapatid na Retzel, sa pagtuturo natin, pag-mentor natin, marami tayong na-encounter na nagsisimula ng business. At pagkatapos nila magsimula, nagkakaroon sila ng mga challenge. So, hindi nila napagpapatuloy yung kanilang mga business. Bakit kaya?
Pero bago ko sagutin yung mga tanong mong yan, maraming participants ngayon na maagang dumating sa business conference natin. I-park mo muna yung question mo, sasagutin ko yan mamaya. Pero
Yeah.
ngayon, dahil marami nang umattend sa ating business conference, syempre meron tayong early bird. So tatawagin natin ang ating regional coordinator sa Mindanao para magkaroon tayo ng raffle. So meron kami bibigay ng mga t-shirt sa mga early birds. So, welcome natin si Red Acosta, ang Regional Coordinator ng Mindanao. Go,
Yun.
Red!
Aba, lumabas ka agad yung ano? Yung ano ba yun? Ruleta ng kapalaran ba yan? O
Yes, so
bato ni Madam Auring?
magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Red Acosta. Umabato mula po dito sa Bukidnon, sa Mindanao. Malugod po kaming i-welcome kayong lahat. Salamat po sa pag-attend. Salamat po na dito kayo. Ngayon po, bibigyan po namin ng gantimpala yung mga unang 10 na nag-join dito sa atin. Sila po, ang tawag po natin dito ay Early Bird Award. Kung mapapansin po ninyo, 10 lang ito. Magkakaroon po sila ng pagkataong manalo ng napakagandang t-shirt mula sa Academy for Creating Enterprise. So, sana natin, pag makuha po yung pangalan, be sure lang po na nandito kayo ha. Kasi kung wala kayo at hindi kayo nag-respond dun sa aming tanong mga ngayon, ay ma-forfeit ito, may bibigay po namin sa iba. Okay? Okay na, yan na. Ladies and gentlemen, ang mananalo ng isang t-shirt ay si, ayan, umikot na po ulit ha. Tan, 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 tan.
Wow.
Daniel! Ayan.
Daniel.
Woo!
Nandyan ba si ano? Nandyan ba si Daniel sa ating kasama ba natin ngayon?
Oh, mag-ano lang siya, hindi nakamute sila. Pwedeng
Mag-message o mag-message.
mag-message sa
Chat.
group chat natin.
Here po, sabi niya
Yeah.
si Daniel Ramos to everyone. Okay,
Yun.
congratulations, Brother Daniel. Palakpakan po natin siya. Magbabalik po ulit tayo mamaya sa ating roleta para yung po mga kasali dito ngayon ay mabigyan pa ng pagkakataon. Once again, congratulations, Brother Daniel. And kita-kita po tayo mamaya. Brother Joel, kapatid na Rachel, take it away.
Okay.
Okay.
Siguro para
thank
makuha natin yung ano yung Brother Daniel, pakilagay lang sa ano natin kung taga saan po kayo, anong chapter. Yan. Okay, thank you.
Kapatid na Red,
So,
meron ako i-share. Pwedeng paano ang, ayan. Okay, sige, balikan natin yung tanong mo, kapatid na Joel, no? So, ako syempre sa pag-iikot ko, no, sa halos 1/4 yata ng Pilipinas, iniikot natin. At ikaw naman buong North Luzon. Natural, no, marami tayong nakikita mga challenges sa business ng mga kasama nating mga entrepreneur. At minsan they're really overwhelmed sa daily na galaw ng mga negosyo nila. At pero nakikita rin natin na parang meron ding hindi nila natututukan, which is yung strategy ng business nila and how they use the technology para mas maging efficient yung paggawa nila ng pagpapalago ng kanilang mga negosyo. Yun yung aking observation. Ikaw kapatid, ano bang observation mo?
oo, pares tayo ng observation, ano, yung strategy. So, yung mga available na mga resources para mag-increase yung mga customers nila. At kapag nag-increase yung customer, mag-increase of course yung kanilang sales. At kapag nag-increase yung sales, siyempre lalaki yung kita at lalaki yung sinimulan nila ng business. So, sana mainahan sa mga to, ano, kapatid na Rachel. Sa palagay mo, makakatulong sa kanila yung ganitong pag-adapt sa mga bagong mga strategies, mga ideas na available ngayon?
Oo naman, I think prepare natin itong conference na to para matulungan natin na makapacitate ang ating mga kasamang entrepreneur. So wag na nating patagalin, kapatid na Joel. Simulan na natin ang business conference na to. So ipakilala muna natin kung sino ba itong ating speaker for this afternoon. Yan. So, simulan natin. Hindi ko lang
I think
Yan.
yan.
Yan, siguro ano muna natin kung sino ba ang ating speaker for this afternoon, no? Sa mga kasamahan natin sa Academy for Creating Enterprise and sa community natin, ito napakadaling kausap in terms sa ating academy. And kahit napaka-busy niyang tao, may time pa rin talaga siya para tulungan tayo, no? So, ang ating speaker for this afternoon ay Global Director for Marketing, Strategy, and Corporate ESG for Integrated Microelectronic Incorporated. So, ito is member sila ng Ayala Group of Companies. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung behind ng mga think tank sa loob ng Ayala, no? Kung saan in-strategize nila how the business of Ayala works. And of course, siya rin ay graduate siya ng Bachelor of Science in Economics sa University of the Philippines. At the same time, nagkaroon siya ng postgraduate degree Business Administration sa De La Salle University. At ang postgraduate degree niya is kumuha rin siya ng diploma on sustainability and leadership sa Swedish Institute of Management. And in 2023, natapos niya ang Ayala Leadership Acceleration Program through Harvard University. Yes.
At the same time, kapatid na Rachel, siya rin ay currently advisory at board member of the Asian Innovation Business Platform, a member of Pan-Asia Risk and Insurance Management Association, in the Philippines. The official representative of IMI to the semiconductor and electronics industry, the Philippines, and a volunteer consultant at the Academy for Creating Enterprise in South Luzon chapter. He is a current officer and former chairman of the Swedish Alumni Network in the Philippines sa taong 2023 and 2024. Yan lang naman ang kanyang
Yun.
isa sa mga
Yun.
bio
At
niyan.
dadagdagan ko pa yon, no? Dahil nga sa napakalaking tulong niya sa industriya nila, is siya rin ang nagre-represent ng IMI in several government external project and association related sa, of course, in Asia, US, and Europe.
Bilang karagdagan, isa rin siyang recipient of the Ayala Excellence Award in 2022 under AC Industrial Group.
Yes. And of course, hindi nawawala, no? Dahil kahit sobrang busy ni President Nones, siya ay dating stake president ng San Gabriel Stake. At the same time, first counselor ng Cavite Philippine Mission. Siya po ay may 4 na anak at ang wife niya po ay si Sister Mariel Aguilar Nones. So, sila po ay nakatira sa Binyan, Laguna. So, hindi na natin patatagalin. And kahit sobrang busy ni President Nones, he find time to be a volunteer consultant of the Academy for Creating Enterprise. And now, tutulungan niya po tayo kung paano po i-discuss ang aligning strategy with technology. So, welcome po natin si President Sherwin Nones. Yan, welcome po natin. President.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Yung profile na binasa ninyo, parang hindi ako. So thank you very much. In the interest of time, gusto ko sanang simulan na yung ating presentation, but I wonder if I'm okay to share my material. Right, okay. Pwede
Yes,
na pa.
President.
All right. Okay, so to start the discussion, right? Thank you very much. And I would just like to give a disclaimer. No, unang-una, hindi po ako expert. So I just learned from my experiences, and I just learned from others as well. And I'm also I'd also like to attribute some of the things na i-share ko sa inyo through the use of AI. So I'm a very adept user of AI. Ginagamit ko talaga siya sa work, at ginagamit ko siya in from analytics to marketing and sustainability as well as ESG. So I'm grateful for technology, and that's what I'm going to discuss today. It's aligning yung strategies with technology. And although my experience is mostly in corporate, I think you might be able to get some principles that you would be able to apply in your own business. Kasi sa negosyo, whether big or small, the principles remain the same. And that's something that I have learned over many years doing corporate and helping companies achieve their objectives. So let me start with this introduction. So, brothers and sisters, itong nakikita ninyo are 3 pictures. It's very self-explanatory. So you'll see a fisherman on the first picture on the left, who has been fishing all his life and has learned from his predecessors as well. Meron siyang strategy, as you can see, but he doesn't have any tools. And he doesn't, because of climate change, there are some things that are changes in the weather that affects his business. And somehow hindi niya maintindihan how to go about this. The other one has technology, but lack the experience. and also lack the strategy in order to implement yung capabilities ng kanyang mga gadgets and technology. Whereas the last picture is a combination of both. And this is what we want to achieve. If we combine our ability to come up with good strategies and utilize technologies that are available but are not expensive, that will keep us not only afloat but optimize everything that we do, then that you will be a sure winner. Maybe only today, but maybe in the next couple of times or periods. But if you learn and you apply all these things, you'll be a winner. All right. So first, let me discuss the benefits of strategy. And I've been working with strategy for almost 20 years already. So as head of strategic planning, I've done planning with Filipinos, with Europeans, with Americans, iba-iba, halo-halo. And iba-iba rin yung temperaments, iba-iba rin yung mga kinakalabasan, na I've conducted strategic planning conferences with a lot of people and with a few people. But like I said, the principle remains the same. Ang strategy will help you develop direction. And it will also help you to allocate limited resources. As you know, resources are very limited. Kahit na malaking kumpanya o maliit, resources will always be limited. And also, it helps you to identify what sets you apart. What is the job to be done? Ano yung value proposition mo? Value proposition is, ano ba yung value na binibigay mo sa negosyo mo? And that is very important to identify. Ito pa lang, itong tatlong ito. If you are able to do this with your business, malaki na yung magagawa mo, as opposed to those who cannot identify what their direction is, ano yung ina-allocate nilang resources, and what is their value proposition. Sabi nga ni Michael Porter, the essence of strategy is choosing what not to do. I'll talk about that later. It's very important. Lalo na as Filipinos, culturally, we always say yes. But it's very important to learn how to say no. And I'll talk about that later. Let me put some context. So everybody knows.
Nakatungtong sa mga
Everybody knows kung ano yung CDR, sino si CDR King, founded in the 1990s. At one point, it became really huge, and it had about 400 branches nationwide. However, before the pandemic, halos magsara na lahat ng mga stores nila. They attempted to rebrand after the pandemic, but it was too late. As of last year, I think there's only one store left sa tingin ko sa Robinson's Magnolia yun. So yung may nagsabi na meron pa raw last year, but I think they're all gone. So ano nangyari? What happened to them? So this is very important kasi ito, familiar tayo dito. So CDR King had expanded too much. They overexpanded without operational efficiency and quality control. Napansin ko, bumibili ako dati, yung process nila of buying, of getting orders, takes too long, and then the product has very low quality. And although nakakatuwa kasi technology ang kanilang binebenta, hardware basically, but they never shifted or applied technology in the way they were doing business. They failed to adapt in the times. I said about low quality, and they also lacked innovation. Hindi sila nag-innovate. Yung just to buy a single blank CD, naalala ko yun, blank CD, will take you 20 to 30 minutes. Ang haba na yun. Ang haba na, sobrang tagal na yun. Tapos wala masyadong pila because of the numerous paperwork that they have to do. Wala silang digital strategy. Hindi sila nag-apply ng technology in the way they were doing business. And so that happened. So, with that, gagamit din tayo ng technology to combine it with strategy. So when you identify your strategies, being able to know them by heart, no? And put it in a piece of paper. Kailangan maiksi lang yun, yung 3 binanggit ko kanina. Then you have to understand what's out there, ano yung technology that is out there that you can use. Because definitely, technology that's out there can boost your productivity and efficiency. Pwedeng i-automate nito yung mga bagay na manual or repetitive, such as accounting, inventory, management, no? So, maraming available na tools, even free, na pwede nyo ma-download or ma-access online. It also helps you to expand your market access, no? So, if you go into social media, for example, kung ano yung business mo na local lang, pwedeng lumaki. Especially if you adapt it sa mobile networks, kayang-kaya, pwede yun. Madali lang. And it's very, very cheap. If you, ang puhunan mo lang dito is the time for you to study how it goes and how it works. It also improves financial management. If you start accepting GCash or any other payment systems, nakakatulong siya kasi it provides you with several revenue streams, hindi lang yung cash. It helps to track expenses and also your taxes. And it also builds resilience. Kasi tulad na nangyari nung COVID, if face-to-face transactions are not available or hindi pwede, then you can switch easily to digital transactions, which enables you to survive even during the hardest times. So ganun yung nangyari sa mga ibang companies. So these are the advantages in using technology with your strategy for growth. And with that, kung pag-usapan naman, ang practical approaches to strategy and technology. So ano yung mga practical approaches na pwede nyong magamit? No? This is a framework na pwedeng i-reference when you want to look at this and let's say you want to scale up your business or you want to use technology or you want to shift to another strategy, pwede mong magamit itong framework na to. And I would like to share them to you. First, you start with a clear value proposition. As I mentioned earlier, no, very important yung value proposition. A value proposition is basically defined as what makes your product valuable to your target market. Kung halimbawa nagtitinda ka ng kakanin, di ba? O halimbawa nasa picture, no? Ano yung reason why people go to you? Bakit sila bumibili sa'yo? Dahil ba mura? Dahil ba masarap? Dahil ba kakaiba? So, it has to be defined. Hindi pwedeng lahat, no? Hindi pwedeng mataas ang quality, mura. Kasi yun, importante yun, ano? Mura, tapos mataas ang quality. Medyo opposite yun. No? If it's a high quality, I'm sure you will need to spend premium ingredients, no, for your food. Unless you find a way to be able to break that barrier, which is going to be your secret recipe or your secret formula. And you have to define on what problems it solves. So halimbawa, ang kakanin mo is binebenta nyo tuwing tanghali sa palengke. And napansin nyo na tuwing tanghali, mas maraming benta kesa paggabi o umaga. So sino yung mga bumibili? Ano yung problema nila? Kasi galing yung iba sa school, gutom sila at they want something to eat while walking, papunta sa terminal. Pagka ganun nasagot nyo yun, then you already found yung problem that it solves. And that is very, very important when coming up with a value proposition. If you do not have a value proposition, you will find it very difficult to do business, to scale, or to even be successful over the long term. Important ang value proposition. Kasi dito ka kukuha, dito mo ma-define kung ano yung negosyo mo and kung sino yung merkado mo. And kung magdadagdag ka pa o lalakihan mo pa, alam mo kung sino itatarget mo. So, very important. So, one example is Lalamove. So, everybody knows Lalamove. Their value proposition is here, deliver faster and easier, more reliably. So, whether it's food, documents, o kung ano man, mabilis siya. So, anytime you just have it on your phone, lagay mo lang kung sino yung papadalhan, pwede rin silang bumili for you. It's very easy. And the value proposition is straightforward. It's customer-centric. It's focused on the customer. Kasi ano ba yung need ng customer? Kailangan ko ma-deliver to ng mabilis. Kailangan ko makuha to ng mabilis. Kailangan convenient. So, nasa phone lang. Then, kahit na hindi kami magkita ng rider, babayaran ko siya ng GCash. Pwede. It shows a very clear benefit. Ang benefit nito is speed and service. Versatility rin. Kahit umuulan, may rider. So, and it is also tailored to the local need. We know na minsan mahirap mag-travel, lalo na pag traffic. Isipin mo, magdi-deliver ka lang ng document. Kung ikaw pa yung magdadala, aabutin ka ng katakot-takot na traffic, sa init pa, tapos nasayang pa yung oras mo. Kesa yung magpadala ka na lang sa Lalamove. It's very easy and convenient. It's cheap. And yun yung differentiator niya. Offers real-time transactions, multiple vehicle options, and business solutions. So, ang daming pagpipilian. So, very, very clear yung value proposition. And this should prompt you to ask yourself, what is my value proposition sa negosyo ko? Now, in using technology, it is important to note that hindi lang yung technology ang magbibigay sa'yo ng additional income or magiging mabilis yung kita mo. But please take note that technology in any form will always need to use data. You can get data. Ang ibig sabihin nito, halimbawa, nasa restaurant ka and you're taking orders, maybe nagpapabayad ka ng GCash o meron kang POS system, you need to track yung sales mo. You need to track yung customer feedback, yung inventory mo. At base doon sa datos na makukuha nyo, that is where that will be your basis in making your decisions. Mabilis ba yung inventory flow ng in and out mo ng ganitong produkto? Then I need to stock more? Or baka kailangan ko ng tanggalin to? Sa 7-Eleven, sa Japan, if you would have, sa mga nakapunta na ron sa Japan, yung 7-Eleven doon kakaiba. Kasi although may 7-Eleven sa isang kanto, tapos meron na namang 7-Eleven sa isang kanto, yung tinitinda nila ron ay iba. Kasi nakita nila na yung mga pumupunta ron sa specific store na yon, iba yung binibili. So yun yung ini-stock nila na produkto kesa ron sa isang 7-Eleven na iba rin yung kanilang market. And they use data to drive those decisions. Mahirap magbenta ng isang bagay na hindi naman gusto ng market. So, mahirap yun. You need to understand what the market wants. There are two principles in that. Mag-iisip ka ng solusyon. Tapos, pag nakahanap ka ng solusyon, maghahanap ako ng problema. Or, maghahanap ka muna ng problema. Pagkatapos nun, maghahanap ka ng solusyon sa problema. So, there are two ways to do it. But an effective way of approaching it is finding the problem first. Parang halimbawa, gagawa ka ng gamot. No? Naka-invento ka ng gamot. Tapos, nung nakagawa ka na ng gamot, maghahanap ka ng may sakit para ibigay o ibenta yung gamot. As opposed to, maghanap ka naman ng may sakit, tapos magdi-design ka ng gamot para dun sa may sakit. That is always a more effective way. Okay. So, another one is to develop a lean mindset. A lean mindset is being able to do things cheaply while still making sure that you improve. Nakaka-test ka ng ideas mo, pero hindi mo naman kailangan gumastos ng sobrang laki. Kasi pinaprioritize mo yung cash flow mo. Kung ang capital mo, yung cash flow mo is this much lang, wag kang mag-i-invest ng sobrang laki-laki, sobrang malaki, hindi mo na makakayanan. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of small businesses fail, because masyado nilang ine-entertain yung mga opportunities as they come. Hindi na natin masyadong tinitingnan na, ito, masyadong malaki yung investment dito. Yung pala, masyadong malaki na nabigay mo, tapos hindi na pala okay. Then naapektuhan na yung core business mo. So, I'll also mention that again later. No? So, but important to keep in mind to develop a lean mindset, to ensure that you test ideas quickly and cheaply. No? Dun ka sa mura. No, hindi man kailangan you have to spend so much in order for you to expand. Fourth is to leverage on digital tools. I mean, na natin kanina yan. So, but baka kasi iniisip nyo, sobrang mahal ito. That I need to buy things, I need to learn new things. No? But maraming free ngayon, mga low-cost platforms in marketing, social media, sa Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, no? Ang dami. Shopee even, no? Sa Lazada, na tumatanggap ng GCash payments or Maya. Pwede ninyong pag-aralan ito. And libre lang ito. Or if it's not free, very cheap lang to even set it up. It's going to take some time. Ganun talaga, no? It's going to take some of your attention kasi you have to learn it. But I think yung bentahan nito later on, yung benefit nito, sa inyo rin naman mapupunta. If you only have one or a single stream of revenue and that is cash, tapos face-to-face transaction, pagka digital, gumamit ka ng digital, kahit tulog ka, pwede ka makabenta. Pagising mo, meron ka ng transaction, may payment na. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-face-to-face. Kasi the digital store or the platform works for you, even if you're not there. And that's the beauty of it, no? To be able to learn how to use these digital tools. The next one is to develop and build strategic partnerships. So, of course, you have suppliers. Of course, meron ka mga partners in logistics sa negosyo mo. Tie up with them. Maghanap ka ng kasama mo na maybe kumukuha rin ng same product. Maybe you can leverage on cheaper purchases of your raw materials or your ingredients if makikibakas ka sa iba na ganun din yung binibili. So sometimes it pays to join mga local business networks or cooperatives para maka-leverage kayo dun sa cost. Importante yun. Kasi, it's very important that we don't assume that we know everything and that we are, that all the resources are available. So there are some people who are better in this particular area, then we learn from them. We build partnerships, and later on, maybe ito yung magiging susi para mas maka-expand pa yung negosyo natin and cover more markets in more areas. Okay. Invest in yourself. Ito, self-explanatory. So, ito yung investment na walang lugi. Kasi when you upskill yourself and you start studying, either digital literacy, you study financial management or how to be better in your customer service, or even yung English, so this will all benefit you. Maraming free trainings sa TESDA, BTI, even dito sa ACE, maraming trainings. Kuha lang kayo ng trainings. That will help you. Kasi ano naman tayo, continuous improvement. Walang katapusan yung improvement. Kasi times change. 10 years ago, the challenges in business are different. Ngayon, iba rin. And I'm sure in the next couple of years, it's going to be different. And gusto ko mag-segue based on that. And knowing all these things that you need to do, ano ba yung skills na kailangan kong aralin such that I would be able to learn how to apply strategy and technology? So what I'm saying is, it's not enough for you to know that strategy and technology are important. It is important to also have skills to know how to apply these together and in your business. So you cannot come up with a good strategy if, for example, hindi ka malawak mag-isip. Kung ang nakikita mo lang yung negosyo mo, ang nakikita mo lang yung lugar mo, it's very difficult because once you go out there, you're out in the open. You are now receiving all sorts of feedback from everybody, whether they're customers or not. So it's important to develop a strategy that will involve the environment and know them. It takes different kinds of skills para magawa yun. And if you will look at the study just released this year by the World Economic Forum, sinasabi nila that soft skills are taking center stage, and it's going to be very, very important. It's very important now, but it's becoming more important, especially in the next 5 years, because the world of work, even in business, nagsishift na. Hindi na siya manual or routine execution. Kasi everybody is going digital. Everybody is trying to automate everything. So, if everything is automated, ano pa yung kailangan natin matutunan? Ang kailangan natin matutunan is ensuring that the problem-solving capability is human-centered. Kasi hindi nagbabago yung basic kung bakit ka magtatayo ng negosyo. And that is because humans will always have problems to solve. And that's the objective of any business. It solves problems of humans. And these problem solving, yung way of thinking natin dito, is what machines and computers cannot replicate. And that makes us uniquely human. And ano yung mga skills na to? And these are the soft skills, analytical thinking, creative thinking. Hindi mo ma-automate yan. Hindi mo pwede gamitan ng AI yung iba dyan. Yung iba pwede, pero so far, humans are much better off in deciding and in thinking about these things. Curiosity, motivation, self-awareness, resilience and flexibility, no? Dependability. So very important ito. And it's I attended a AI conference in Singapore and last year, and tinanong ko kasi sabi ko, if everything, even in AI, can be learned and you don't have to train, kasi you can just cut and paste, you can just download an app and everything is there. Hindi mo na kailangan maging programmer, hindi mo na kailangan maging analyst kasi andun na lahat eh. Andun na lahat, cut and paste na lang. So ano pa yung dapat kong i-train? And this is what they said. We have to train on these soft skills kasi these are the things that will matter. And these are the ones that will never be automated. And I think that's right. And I think this is very, very much close to what we talk about in the gospel. Kasi when we learn about the gospel, this is something that cannot be seen. These affect our soft skills. It enables us to become more responsible, adaptable, resilient, to have more faith, to have more hope. So these are very, very important attributes that will affect our core skills moving forward. Ngayon, gusto kong magdagdag ng isang subtopic. And this is balancing aggression with strategy. Kasi nga, I mentioned earlier, minsan, for small businesses, it's hard for us to say no. Kunyari, meron kang maliit na karinderya. And then, sinabi ng isang tao sa barangay na, magkakaroon ng malaking event sa barangay. And naghahanap sila ng caterer. So, hindi mo pa na-try yung ganung kalaking scale. But it sounds like a good opportunity. Sige, so pumayag ka. Not knowing kung ano yung cost that it will entail. Not knowing kung ano yung oras na kukunin sa iyo. And minsan, doon napapasubo yung mga small businesses. Just taking so much more that they can chew. And ang ending nun, normally, is nalulugi. Or hindi natin alam, pinasok na lang natin bigla kasi akala natin, anyway, it's also food. Kaya ko naman to, may karinderya ako, so it's maybe hindi naman ganun kahirap. So, ganun ang nangyayari. And the lesson we learn is very hard. And it takes time para makabawi. So how do we do this? How do we balance yung opportunities that come with strategy? Kailangan gumamit muna tayo ng filter before jumping in any opportunity. If hindi mo ma-explain yung opportunity na yun, ano ba to? Sino ba ang bebentahan ko? Sino ba yon? Paano ba ako kikita rito? Ano ba yung kailangan nito pa sa akin? Anong oras or resource ang kailangan ko i-dedicate dito? Kung hindi mo masasagot yun, then it's not something that's for you. If it's not clear, kung vague, malabo, you need more information. Pero kung hindi mo makukuha yun, better skip it. Another one is to anchor your move to a core value proposition. Remember your value proposition na sinabi nyo kanina? Well, ito bang opportunity na to ay aligned sa core values mo or sa value proposition mo? Sakto ba siya? Or maybe hindi. Pagka okay siya, then maybe it's good. If it reinforces the brand identification, the brand promise, okay. Pero if it will confuse you, confuse the customer, maybe it's a good opportunity, but it might not be the best for your business, then maybe you need to pass. And lastly, don't bet the house. Build a prototype. If it's an opportunity na pwede mo pang pag-aralan, huwag ka muna mag-invest na sobrang laki. Gumawa ka muna, mag-test ka muna. Test sa small scale muna with a limited investment. Tapos tingnan mo, does it work? Test fast, fail small, then you learn. Then you scale up. Don't worry about opportunities kasi laging sinasabi natin, sayang naman ito pag hindi ko kinuha. There will always be opportunities that will come. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Ang importante, you do things slow, deliberate, and you ensure that you don't bet the house. You build prototype. On one case study before we're around nearing the end already. So one case study is yung French baker. So it had over 60 branches pre-pandemic, and then after the pandemic, talagang tinamaan sila. They had to close. Initially, before that, they were very aggressive. They were mall-based. They were expanding. They had physical presence, and marami silang customers talaga. Make sure that they have physical visibility. Kaya lang, limitado yung digital infrastructure nila. So, benta lang talaga sila sa store. That was it. But after the pandemic, they decided to, bite the bitter pill, eat the bitter pill. They closed their underperforming branches. They started to invest in online business. So Grab Food, Food Panda, nag-launch sila ng mga frozen items nila for the market, online. But still, hindi sila nag-depart dun sa core business nila. Yung pa rin yung negosyo nila. Iniba lang rin nila yung way kung paano makakakuha yung mga customers ng produkto nila. They diversified. And so, if you will learn from that, based on sa pinag-usapan natin, nagkaroon sila ng filter. They evaluated which branches that are doing well. Kung mga hindi, they closed it. They anchored themselves to the core. They leaned on their strength kasi yung value proposition nila was quality baked goods. And they did the frozen line, they did it slow. Tinest nila ng maayos until pag ayos na, they launched it, scaling, region by region hanggang sa naging nationwide. Okay, so sa mga nandito, I would be sharing this material. Meron kasi itong 30, 60, 90-day action plan. If this is something that you would like to adopt in your business. So I won't get into details of this. You can just get it, a copy of this one. So sa day 1 to 30 would be a time to clarify and assess your value proposition, to build on your knowledge and your network. Day 30 to 60 would be to test, digitize, test nyo yung business nyo, tingnan mo kung ano yung okay na technology na gamitin, ano ba yung strategy na gagamitin mo while you're using this technology. And for day 60 to 90, to focus and scale, i-assess mo what happened, try to come up with a roadmap that will be simple for you, simple enough that you would be able to track your milestones. And of course, evaluate mo yung pilot results mo using a scorecard. Okay, so I won't go through this. This is just an outline summary. I'd like to open the floor now for a question, and if you have any feedback. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, President Nones. And pasok na po tayo sa question and answer. Baka may mga tanong po kayo para po sa presentation po. So, meron ba tayong na-monitor? Napakaganda daw po ng inyong presentation, President Nones, from President Diaz of Naga State. Sige po, baka may mga tanong pa. Sa Facebook page, meron ba tayong mga tanong? Ikaw kapatid na Joel, ano bang highlights mo dun sa sinabi ni President Nones? Pa-mute daw, pa-unmute po si Joel. Hello po, pa-unmute lang po yan. Sige po.
Yan, okay na. Okay, maraming nagme-message sa akin from North Luzon dito sa aking area. Kunin ko lang Nadukutin lang natin yung mga question nila. Actually, nasagot naman doon sa mga presentation ni President Nones. Nakakabilib naman yung presentation ni President Sige, so totoo 'yun yung kinakailangan malaman mo talaga yung specific strategies na dapat mong i-address dun sa challenges na na-encounter natin dun sa mga negosyo natin. May question dito. President Nonya sabi niya, how does the technology help improve their decision making doon sa mga business daw nila?
Pa-unmute po si President Nones.
Okay. For any digital tool that you will use to effectively make decisions, you have to have data. So kailangan meron kang datos na nagagaling ron sa digital tool mo. Kung wala kang data, you cannot make any decisions. So yun muna, you have to get data. And then pag may data ka na, kasi depende ano yung decision na kailangan mong gawin. Kunyari, ang decision mo, ano yung produkto na kailangan kong i-stop na i-sell sa tindahan ko. So kung wala kang datos kung ano yung produkto na hindi bumebenta, you cannot make that decision. So data
Okay.
muna.
So maliwanag po sinabi ni President Nones na magsimula tayo sa data muna. Alamin muna natin kung ano yung dapat nating alamin, tsaka tayo magdesisyon. So, ang unang-unang gagawin ay yung data muna. Okay? Kasi hindi ka pwedeng makamove kung wala kang information, no? So, kinakailangan may
Okay.
data ka. Okay?
Tama po
So,
yun. And meron din pong tanong si Brother Lemuel Nitor. You said po, President, that you are using AI sa work mo. What example po sa business maaring magamit po namin ang AI? Siguro, parang siguro sa work mo, di ba, ginagamit mo ang AI. So, maybe you can have example po since we are talking about Ayala Corporation. I don't know. Unmute po si President Nones. Sorry, naka-OBS kasi tayo. Unmute po. May controller po kasi tayo ngayon. So, nile-level up na natin yung ating
Okay.
Yan, President
So,
Nones.
well, kasi depende kasi kung ano yung need mo, no? But ako kasi I use Copilot. So I have a Microsoft account. So kung meron ka Microsoft account, you can use Copilot. And it's free if you have a Microsoft account. Then, katulad niyan, if I ask, please design me a advertising campaign sa ganitong produkto, sa ganitong merkado, that will last for 3 months. And please be very detailed about it. If you say that, it will provide you with everything that you need. Even the pictures, yung pictures na pinakita ko sa inyo sa presentation, 90% of that is all AI generated. So, hindi yan totoong mga tao. So, I ask AI to generate a photo for me at dinidescribe ko kung ano yung nandun sa picture na yun. And it will give me that picture. So yun.
Wow.
So marami. Pwedeng report, pwedeng you can ask for evaluate yung business mo. Actually, what you can do is kung gusto mo, kunin mo yung balance sheet mo, picturean mo, i-upload mo ron, sabi mo sa kanya, can you assess my balance sheet? Tell me what is my weakness, ano yung kailangan kong improve, and bibigay siya sa'yo ng pointers.
Wow. Galing. Napadali tuloy yung
Mawala na tayo ng trabaho lahat.
mawawala ng trabaho mga bookkeeper nito.
Yes,
Anyway,
actually, totoo.
thank you so
up and
much.
coming.
So mga kapatid, yung mga natin, yung mga audience natin, mga listener natin, napaka malaman yung yung mga sinasabi ni President Nones. So sana kung makuha nating magkaroon ng take advantage do sa mga wisdom na binibigyan niya sa atin. Another question, President Nunez, nasa FB Live siya. Sabi niya, hello sir, thank you for the lecture. I am currently building my startup business. May I ask po about your thoughts on building an affiliate business link with Shopee and Amazon? Affiliate siguro.
Sorry, ano yung question ulit? Sorry.
Ang question po niya, I asked po about your thoughts. Yung thoughts po daw ninyo on building an affiliate business link with the Shopee and Amazon.
Affiliate business, yes. Oo. Very very popular ang affiliate business, no. So and it does not involve very high investment. Pero kasi nga very competitive din ang affiliate business. So maraming pumapasok doon at marami ring nag-exit because they don't feel na masyadong mabilis yung return. And that's ang reason naman kasi doon is because there's just too many in that particular segment that is eating in the same pie. So what you should do is to have a strategy. Ano ba yung gusto mong puntahan? Ano yung affiliate marketing na gusto mo? Kung health ba? Kung ano ba? Are you going to tie up with influencers? You have to have a strategy. Hindi lang yung basta mag-affiliate ka. Kasi parang ano lang yan eh. Parang sabi mo, mag-open ako ng sari-sari store. Pero hindi mo alam kung anong ibebenta mo. So, pagkasabi mo, bahala na. Mahirap yun. Kailangan mo ng strategy. Kailangan mag-isip ka, kanino ako mag-affiliate? Okay? Baka mamaya mag-affiliate ka sa mga nagbebenta ng kotse, pero wala ka namang alam sa kotse. Mahirap yun. No? So, it has to be something that you know and you can talk about. Kasi when you promote it, then there's value in it kasi may bibigay ka na information because you know it by heart.
Yun. Thank you po. Yun. And I think mas palalaliman natin yung discussion about affiliate marketing because tomorrow we have a speaker on affiliate marketing. No? So,
Correct.
tempo kayo bukas ng ating session pa. So, may mga tanong pa dito, Joel?
Meron pang tanong. Sabi niya, nasa chain management siya. Sabi niya, in what ways does technology improve inventory and supply in terms of chain? Siguro ang mga business siguro nito may mga branches na siya. So
Yeah, supply chain.
Supply
Supply
chain.
chain siguro.
Yeah, supply chain. Very important ang supply chain. Actually, it's used to be ang supply chain is a good add-on. Pero after COVID, it became center. Ibig sabihin, you need to have a supply chain strategy. Kasi hindi mo alam kung ano mangyayari sa logistics, hindi mo alam kung ano mangyayari pag nag-i-import-export ka sa mga stocks mo ng produkto. No? Very important yan. So, importante yung meron kang system dito that you are able to track down all your inventory, what comes in and what comes out. And hindi lang yon. Kailangan, if you have the money to invest, you build on a system that will do predictive analytics. What do I mean by that? Normally, we solve problems when they come. When you use AI through predictive analytics, you are able to solve the problem before it happens. Kunyari, sasabihin niya sa'yo na, alam mo, next month, kung ganito pa rin yung takbo ng flow ng negosyo mo o ng flow ng produkto mo, malulugi ka. Next month, sasabihin niya yun. So, that is something that you can study. Pwede kang mag-aral ng predictive analytics. As long as, again, you have the data, makukuha mo yan. And that's real time also.
And meron din pong tanong dito sa mga kasama natin about closing business. And sabi nila, meron po dito si Marlon Dator po, 3 po yung negosyo niya. May fish pond, may buy and sell, may sasakyan and sounds and light rentals. Paano daw po ang gagawin para po ma-focus ang isang negosyo? At alin po ang i-close namin sa 3 para ma-focus po?
From Gimba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very simple. Pag ang negosyo nalulugi, sara mo na. Kasi parang ano yan eh. I remember when I was in college, I was under probation sa course ko in economics, and I had 3 economic courses in economics na tinitake ko during that time. 3 yung subject ko in that particular year. And sabi ko, para makapasa ako, para sabihin matanggal yung under probationary status ko, I need to pass all of the subjects. Kaya lang, yung sa 3 subject na yun, 2 dun bagsak. Yung isa, barely passing. So I decided na i-drop ko yung 2 na bagsak. Nag-focus ako sa isa, and I was able to lift my probationary status. Nakagraduate ako in time. So lesson is, if it's not making money, if sakit lang siya sa ulo, then you close it. You focus on the one that's making money, and you build it and make it better and huge. You don't need to have several businesses and then puro sakit lang ng ulo yun. And you will be able to, ang nangyayari kasi doon, you will be getting profits from the business that is doing well and transferring it to the one that is not, and that's not good, hindi sound yun. So just focus on the one that's making money.
Wow.
Okay. Meron din po
Ganda.
tanong si President Philip. Sabi dito, some tech fake it to make it. How do you balance that with tempering our aggression?
Oh yeah, sinagot ko yun eh. So that can also be tempered, yung fake it till you make it, because you need to be authentic. Kasi kailangan maging authentic ka ron eh, sa market mo and to your customers. And authentic meaning what you say is what is there. Pag sinabi mong, organic itong, pagkain ko. Pero kapag meron kang synthetic na ingredient dyan, it's not, hindi siya authentic, di ba? So, you have to be authentic, first and foremost. So, there's a limit in faking it till you make it. So, kailangan i-temper din yun.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Another question. May another question dito. Actually, nasagot na ni President Nonias ito kanina. Pero may question kasi siya. Sabi niya, how does the technology make easier to manage his business finances? Kanina nga yung AI yung sinabi niya, pero dagdagan mo siguro yung President.
Sorry. Paano makakatulong sa business?
How does the technology make it easier to manage his business finances?
Okay. So, like I said, you have to have a system sa cash flow. Kasi kung yung cash flow mo, sulat kamay lahat, So, definitely, hindi makakatulong yung technology dyan. But if you transfer it to something that will, to a data set, meron kang, kahit na Excel lang, transfer mo sa Excel, And then makakagawa ka na ng projections, no? You can use, pwede ka mag-aral ng Excel on how to make graphs and charts, how to measure trending. If halimbawa yung sales mo have been going down in the past 3 months, you can actually predict through econometric values ano yung magiging sales mo in the next month. Pwede yun. Kasi may trending ka na eh. No? So, that way, makakatulong yan sa finances mo. If for example, it is growing at a steady rate, ano yung rate of growth niya every month? What is the compounded monthly growth rate? And pag nakuha mo yon, then you would know what is your next month's revenue. Give or take yung current growth rate mo, no? As ang tawag doon eh, all things not changing or ceteris paribus. Yun.
Yun. And I think nakabasa rin po ako ng mga question dito. Pero I think when we're talking, mayroon pang mga tanong about DTI and BIR. Sa mga susunod pong araw, meron po tayong mga specific topic on that. And encourage po kayo na sumali po kayo sa lahat ng business conference natin. So, hindi na po namin masasagot yung ibang tanong, pero kinuha po namin yung mga related question lang. And I think, yun, napaka ganda po ng ating session for tonight, for this afternoon. And thank you for that. So, ngayon po, papasok ba natin si Red for another roleta? Para lang, break lang natin, then we will award President Nones. Sige, Red. Diba?
Yun.
Wow, ang
Ayan.
dami natin ngayon.
Ang dami.
I think,
Oo.
nasa
Actually,
ano tayo, no? Ilan tayo,
yes,
Red?
dito
91,
dito sa
93.
93 ang participants natin. Pero I just want to inform the viewers na etong mga pangalan na ito, which we have more than 200 na these are the names yung mga nag-register sa atin. Nag-register for this session. So sila yung makakwalify dun sa natin, dun sa
Ruleta.
roleta na kung manalo sila, magkakaroon sila ng t-shirt. So I would like to ask everyone yung hindi pa po naka-register sa mga succeeding events natin, yung mga susunod nating mga ganito, mag-register na po kayo. Unang-una, napakaganda po. Kasing ganda nung i-discuss natin ni President Nones, and ako po, President, ang dami ko natutunan. Maraming salamat po sa i-senior nyo sa amin ngayon. So, ganun pa, may mga susunod pa. Kaya mag-register po tayo para sa susunod, may kwan natin, makasali tayo sa raffle. Okay? Tingnan natin kung sinong mananalo. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Ayun na. Sa sobrang dami.
Ang dami natin ngayon.
Oo. Ayan. Hindi ko mabasa kung sino. Okay. Si President Ansuban.
Wow. From
President
what,
Ansuban.
what state
Vito
or
Ansuban.
chapter?
From from Moncayo District, Mindanao.
Wow.
Okay, so President
Mindanao.
Ansuban, nandyan po ba kayo? Kasi po tulad ng sabi natin, kung hindi wala siya ay ma-forfeit, no? Kung hindi siya nanonood ngayon. So, magparamdam po kayo kung nandito po kayo through FB or through dito sa ating sa
Zoom.
ating Zoom. Okay, thank you kapatid. President, habang hinintay natin si President Ansuban, let's go for the last one for today. Okay. Ayan, may sagot si President. Okay. Close ko muna to, ha? Close ko siya.
May
Okay.
patalastas pa.
Ito na, yung pangalawa. So, President Ansuban, kung nandyan po kayo, pa-advise lang po para po doon sa t-shirt. Isang napakagandang t-shirt. And our second winner for today is Brother Ronnie Tangonan Jr.
Wow. Kanina Luzon, tapos Mindanao. Palagay ko Visayas na to. Taga saan ba to?
Taga saan kaya? Brother Tangonan, nandito po ba kayo?
Ronnie Tangonan.
Oo.
Mag-message lang po kayo dito sa chat box natin.
Oo. Ano na lang. Sige, so, dyan lang. Pansamantala po, iiwanan ko po kayo para po sa mga susunod pa ng mga activities natin. And again, I would like to remind you everyone, please po, mag-register po tayo para sa mga susunod na activities natin hanggang sa Sabado. Ang gaganda po ng mga naka-schedule natin ng mga kuan. Yung ngayon, pakagat pa lang yan napakaganda na, di ba? How much more kung madagdagan pa yung mga knowledge natin. Okay, sa mga kapatid na Rachel, kapatid na Joel, take it away.
Okay, thank you, kapatid na Red. And may isi-share lang ako para bigyan natin ng certificate si President Nones. So, huwag muna kayong aalis.
Ayan,
Ayan.
Nat-
Wait lang ha. Na-share na ba?
Yan. Yung certificate natin.
Yan.
Isa pa.
So,
Yun.
syempre, napakamapalad natin, no? Always available. Basta kinontak natin si President Nones. Alam kong napaka-busy niya, pero he always find time para sa atin. So, ito po ang binibigay ng Academy for Creating Enterprise. So, Certificate of Appreciation. The certificate is awarded to Sherwin Nones for generously sharing your time, wisdom, and experience as a distinguished speaker of the Academy for Creating Enterprise Philippines 2025 Business Conference. Your insights having ignited inspiration and action in our entrepreneurial community. With heartfelt gratitude, the Academy for Creating Enterprise Philippines. Signed by Luis Philip Tan, Program Director of the Academy for Creating Enterprise. Yan. Woo! Thank you po, Sir President
Thank you so
Nones.
much. Thank you so much.
Digital clap po, please.
Digital clap lang tayo.
Yun.
Yun. And I think we have a lot of around 130 plus ng mga nakinig sa yung talk, President Lones, and we are so grateful on that, so yun. Joel, ikaw na.
So marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat, brothers and sisters. Abangan po ninyo bukas, July 8. So maliban dun sa inano ni President Nonias kanina. So bukas po, abangan po natin. Pwedeng paghibasa, kapatid na Rachel.
Okay,
Naghangin
sige.
ako, naghangin.
Okay, for tomorrow at 9:30, 9 o'clock, no? To 10:30, we have Brother Herman Baldeo. I-discuss niyo po yung smartphone niyo, paano niyo pagkakakitaan, secret to success into affiliate marketing. Brother Herman po ay isang junior executive ng mga Rieta Company. So siya po ang magdi-discuss sa atin. And then sa gabi naman po at 7 to 8 p.m. kasama po natin si Master Carl Gonzalez, founder ng TTAR Clinic, Oriental Bone Setting. I-discuss naman niya ang social media hacks for small business. And marami na po itong natulungan, no? So yan po on July 8. On July 9, kasama rin po natin si Sister Suwan, Kina Tuwan. Digital marketing, stop doing everything yourself, how Pinoy entrepreneurs are doing more with less using AI. And then, sa mga ito po ay alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga. At sa hapon naman po, ng Wednesday, ay kasama natin si Sister Helen Joy Sehar, isang agripreneur and founder ng Pharmacy. So kung meron kang maliit na garden, pwede mo yung gawing negosyo, munting lupa, kumikita. And of course, on July 9, we have money management to loan and what to loan, understanding cash flow and different loan on your business. So, tutulungan tayo, kailangan ba tayo mag-loan or hindi? So, we have the senior manager ng BDO Northern Mindanao and kasamahan din po natin sila. On July 10, of course, ito po, hinihintay po natin makasama ulit si Sir James Pantoni, i-discuss po niya ang strategic thinking for small business from vision to execution. So sa pagbabalik po ni President Pantoni sa Academy, we will hear more on the insight, no? At the same time, siya po yung Area 70 rin po, one of the Area 70. And on that will be on 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And pagkatapos po nun, meron susunod naman po si Brother Jerry's Olaya, increasing revenues and sales through digital tools. And yung kanina nagtatanong po about government access and BIR. So on July 11, we will have Sister Myra Balde for handling government inspection. So, and then 7 p.m. to 8, we have Sister Jillian Francia, how to build your retail business with strategy and technology. So yun po yung magaganap sa mga susunod na araw, and I hope na makakasama po namin kayo for this. Yan. Bukas po, ito po yung ating topic. Sige,
Kapatid, may
Joel.
nagtatanong, batin lang ako, may nagtatanong, ano daw ba yung link na gagamitin? For the information of everyone, we will use the same link po. Magmula ngayon hanggang Saturday
Yes.
tayo. Oo, yun lang po.
At the same
Kaya
time,
po
pwede po
ini-encourage.
kayong mag-register. Mag-register po kayo ulit para mapasama po kayo dun sa roleta ng kapalaran. Para magkaroon kayo ng t-shirt. Okay?
So we would like to invite all the viewers now, no, mga taga-academy, sa ating community, to invite your friends, your stake, your ward, your relatives to join us. Everybody's welcome in this business conference. So I maximize po natin yung opportunity that we have right now. So yun. So
Kapatid na Rex,
Kita-kita tayo
yung sa
bukas.
mga yung sa mga may business, yung mga tauhan ninyo, yung mga open po ito sa non-LDS. Napakaganda ng opportunity for training nito sa kanila. Libre.
Yes.
opo, yung mga workers nyo, maganda pong maka-attend sila para parehas po kayo ng mindsetting. And so yan, tomorrow, 7 to 8 with social media, for small business, si Master Cal. Okay. And then we will also have a semi-final and final judging, July 12. So malalaman po na may final judging po tayo sa mga sumali po ng starting entrepreneur.
Startup
So may
category.
judging po. Yeah. And
So, July
then
12.
yan. Ito na, Joel.
Yes. So, inanyayahan po namin kayong dumalo sa July 12. Saturday po yan. 6 to 8:30 p.m. para sa ating Academy Awards. So, yun lang po yung announcement natin for now. So, yung mga question po ninyo, mas maganda, I think nabitin kayo sa mga question kanina. So, agahan po ninyo bukas and then i-ready po ninyo yung mga question ninyo para lalong mag-improve yung mga business ninyo. Thank you.
Okay. So, I think that's it for this afternoon, and maraming salamat po sa lahat po na nag-participate sa first day ng Academy Week. And I hope na marami po tayong natutunan at hindi po natatapos doon. Sana po ma-apply po natin yung natutunan na yon at ma-share din po natin sa iba. Yun po yung pinaka-importante ngayong araw na to. How we will apply all the learnings that we have for this afternoon. So muli po, ako po si Rachel Sasing, ang Regional Coordinator ng Academy, at kasama ko po si
Joel de Guzman, Regional Coordinator ng North Luzon. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, President Nones.
Thank you, President Nones.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Kita-kits bukas. Galing.
Galing-galing. Thank you.
po. Thank you.
Big.
Sir, si President, ay, naka-recording pa siya, no?